What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of Small Town Bodybuilding. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full day of eating, 16 weeks out for my first bodybuilding show. I'm going to show you guys the macros, the calories, and all that good stuff so you guys can get a sense of what I'm doing to get shredded. But before I show you meal 1, I do want to let you know it is my birthday, and I'm letting you know that because I want you to feel guilty if you don't watch this full video. So please watch the video. Anyways, meal 1 is 90 grams of rice flour, and rice flour is like cream of rice, but it's a much finer powder. So when you microwave it and make I put whey in it when you make it, it's like cake batter, and if you microwave it a little longer, it's like a cake. So it's super good. That's the carb source. And then for protein, I have 60 grams of whey protein, which equates to like 50 grams of actual protein, chocolate flavor. And then I have 100 grams of blueberries and then 7 grams of extra virgin olive oil. And that may sound weird to put in like chocolate cream of rice pretty much, but it gives it a really like smooth texture and it's a good source of fat. So that is meal 1, and then I will catch you guys for meal 2 probably in my car after class. Alright guys, so just got done with class, the one class that I drive up to Green Bay for every day. Literally, it's a 50-minute class that I drive every single day to go to. Anyways, I'm about to eat meal 2 in my car. Part of being in college is you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyways, meal 2 is chicken, 170 grams of chicken, and then 285 grams of yellow potato. This is the first meal that I really made a change to starting my diet. So previously this was 170 grams of chicken, 300 grams of cooked rice, and then 7 grams of olive oil. So the change from that to the chicken and potatoes reduced my carbs by about, I don't know, I think it went from like 75 grams of carbs to 50 grams of carbs now, from 7 or 10 grams of fat down to like 3 grams of fat, which is just from the chicken. So that is the first real change in my diet. Not much of a change, but it is causing my body to change, and that's the cool part. I did a nice maintenance phase leading into this. My body was relaxed. I didn't have any stress and stuff like that. So just a real small change is already making effects. So I'm going to eat this. I'm not going to record myself eating it because I want to enjoy it, and I don't like being recorded when I'm eating. Other than that, though, we have the Cholula hot sauce. I've never tried this stuff before, but people have been saying it's really good, so I wanted to give it a shot, and it's pretty good, but it's still not better than Red's Hot, so I'm probably going to go back to that after I finish that bottle. But yep, this is meal 2, chicken and potato, nothing fancy. This is also my pre-workout meal, and then I'll drive home, which is about 45 minutes, hit the gym, and then I'll catch you guys for my post-workout meal. Alright guys, so just got back from the gym, about to eat meal 2. I already cooked it up, so what I got is 170 grams of cooked chicken, and again, I always dice my chicken up into like really small cubes because it slows me down when I eat. And then with the chicken, I got 150 grams of green beans for health and fiber. And then for my carb source, I got 90 grams of cream of rice and 100 grams of blueberries. And I flavor my cream of rice with these skinny syrups, salted caramel, and it makes them taste really good, and it's probably my favorite thing to eat. But yeah, macros will be somewhere on the screen. I don't really know how to do that yet. I'm going to figure that out when I'm editing this video. But macros will be there for you guys, and I'm going to go eat this I'm not going to eat the video. I'm going to go eat this meal, and I'll see you guys for the rest of the meals. Alright guys, quick intermission in the full day of eating. I want to share some tips with you on how I structure my diet. So for me, meal 1, I always like to, and just quick, I'm reading off my iPad because I made notes. If I look down a lot, that's what I'm looking at. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. Meal 1, I always like it to be bigger, because if meal 1 is bigger, then it helps me stay satisfied throughout the day. If I have a small meal first thing in the morning, I'm usually hungrier throughout the day, and I have a harder time. I stick to my diet no matter what, but I don't like being hungry. So having a bigger meal first thing in the day helps with that. Also, I train at about noon every single day. So meal one is really, it's probably the second highest in carbs. And that's because I want to be properly fueled before my workout. It's not my pre-workout meal, but I want to make sure that I have that my glycogen stores are full, because the carbs that you eat during your pre-workout meal really aren't fueling your workout. Like glycogen synthesis, like the creation of glycogen in your muscles is occurring. It takes longer than an hour. So what you eat before your workout really isn't being used during your workout. Pre-workout meal is for different reasons, and I'll discuss that in a second. But yeah, meal one is larger, it's higher in carbs, it's pretty low in fat, and 50 grams of protein. I eat 250 grams of protein a day, so I try to get 50 grams of protein from a protein source in each meal. So that's kind of what meal one looks like, or what goes through my mind when I'm thinking of meal one. For me, meal two is my pre-workout meal. Meal two is, again, just carbs and fat. Not carbs and fat. Meal two is just carbs and protein. So this meal, like I was saying just before, it's really not fueling your workout. Like it is, but it isn't, because like I said, glycogen synthesis happens on a 24-hour. It takes longer than an hour before your workout to create glycogen in your muscles. You should be fueled up before your pre-workout meal. This meal, again, protein, carbs, and it's more moderate in carbs. So it's only 50 grams of carbs. It's a smaller meal, and for two reasons. One, I don't want to be bloated when I go to the gym. If I eat a really big meal before I go to the gym, I'll be bloated and my workout's not going to be as good. Also, if I eat a really high carb meal right before the gym, I usually end up crashing, because when you eat a lot of carbs, you get a really big spike in insulin and glucose, and then you crash and you get tired and lethargic, and I don't want to go to the gym tired. So my pre-workout meal is moderate in carbs and then 50 grams of protein. I don't want it to bloat me. And in this meal, I want to make sure the carbs are really fast digesting. So for me, white potato digests really fast. For some it doesn't, so be careful. And then for the protein, it's just chicken. So moderate carbs, high protein, no fat. Now meal three is the biggest meal, and that's because meal three is my post-workout meal. So this one is going to be really high in carbs, and again, fast digesting carbs. I do cream of rice. At this point, if I crash because of how much carbs I eat, I don't really care, because my workouts are intense and I do deplete myself a lot during my workouts. So I want to start that glycogen synthesis, like replenishing my muscles as soon as possible, as soon as I get out of the gym. This meal is also low fat because I want it to digest quick. Like I said, I want protein synthesis and glycogen synthesis, all those important things after your workout, to happen as soon as possible. So everything I eat in this meal, I'm thinking, okay, fast digestion. So cream of rice, digest super fast. Chicken, digest super fast. I'm not putting fats in this meal because I don't want fats to slow my digestion down. I do have a little bit of like greens and berries, which has fiber, but that doesn't really... fiber does slow your digestion down, but fiber is also really important for other things, so I want to make sure I'm getting fiber in throughout the day. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about fiber in a second. So that's my post-workout meal. So what I think about is high carb to replenish glycogen, fast digesting so it happens quick, high protein, protein synthesis. We want to make sure that's going as much as we can to build muscle and repair. Low fat so we don't slow digestion down. So the way my day works is that between meal 3 and meal 5, I don't have a ton of time. So I get done eating meal 3 at around 4 o'clock, and then meal 5, which is my last meal, is at 8:30. So there's only about 4.5 hours, but I need to get another meal in between those. So meal 4 is more of a snack. Because this meal is splitting meals 3 and 5, it's not gonna have a lot of carbs because I just ate a bunch of carbs in meal 3. I don't really need a whole ton more. And I don't want to have a bunch of glucose spikes and excuse my language. I don't want to have a bunch of glucose spikes and kind of mess up my insulin sensitivity in the night and stuff like that. And I can talk about that in the future. But so meal 4, or this snack, is just a protein and fat. So I do Greek yogurt as you saw in the video, or you might not have seen it yet. I do Greek yogurt, chia seeds, and nuts, pistachios. So protein and fat pretty much. And then I do chia seeds because you get a lot of fiber per serving. And fiber is super important. helps me go to the bathroom. It's good for your gut and digestion. Good digestion. I feel like when I have good digestion, I think much more clear. I feel lighter. I feel more energized. It's just having good digestion is so key. And I've tried fiber supplements. I've tried greens powders. I've tried increasing my fiber through berries and greens, and that does help, but it's not noticeable. And then I started using chia seeds, and I'll have chia seeds in this meal 4, which is 11 grams of fiber, and then I'll have chia seeds in meal 5, which is another 11 grams of fiber. And I swear to God, guys, that has improved my digestion like crazy. Like having that much fiber right at night with my last 2 meals. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is go to the bathroom, and I feel amazing the rest of the day. So if you have like digestion issues or if you are constipated, try chia seeds in your meals at night. It helped me. If you're gonna do it though, make sure you drink plenty of water, because when you increase your fiber that much, if you don't increase your water, that fiber has nothing to really like create bulkiness and stuff to your stool. So you're just gonna get even more constipated, and it's just gonna sit in you. So you have to have water so that it moves and stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, so meal 4, because of the timing of my day, it's more of a snack, and it's just protein and fat, just to get in protein, and then obviously fats are important too. And then meal 5, so meal 5 is my last meal, and there's a lot of like, what should you do in your last meal? Like, should you wait 2 hours before bed to eat, or is it bad to eat right before bed? And honestly, the science and all the research says that you shouldn't eat too close to bed, because it can disturb your sleep and stuff, and you don't get into that deep sleep and REM sleep and stuff like that. But for me personally, I'm done eating my last meal about a half hour before bed. And my last meal is pretty big. It's not the biggest meal, but it's bigger. And even though the science says it's not the best for sleep, if I go to bed hungry, I don't sleep. So the solution to that is not going to bed hungry. So I like to have a bigger meal before bed, and I sleep much better. Whether or not I'm getting as deep of sleep, I'm at least sleeping. And I think that's more important, because if I'm not sleeping, then I'm not getting deep sleep at all. But anyways, this meal is moderate in carbs, because I don't really need carbs. I'm going to bed, but it's oatmeal. So oatmeal is higher in fiber. It's slower digesting. It's not as high in carbs as like rice or something like that. So I do oatmeal. It has a little bit of fat in it too. And then I get a lot of my fats in this meal. So I'll have like a red meat. I'll have salmon, or I'll have chicken with olive oil on it. This is when I get a lot of those fats in. And then I also add in the chia seeds into my oatmeal. So this meal is pretty heavy in fats, making it one of the larger meals calorie-wise. Volume-wise, it's not too big, because it's just a bowl of oats and then like 6 ounces of salmon or ground beef or chicken with olive oil. So it's not a big meal, but calorie-wise it is, because of all of the fat in it. So it's a big meal in the sense that it has a lot of calories, but it's high in fat and fiber, so I go to bed comfortably full. I'm not like stuffed, like puking, feel like garbage, but I'm full, and I sleep a lot better when I'm comfortable and not hungry. And then when I wake up in the morning too, I'm not starving my ass off. I feel I'm hungry, but I'm not like dying ravenous and like wanting to eat anything in sight. I can kind of take my time in the morning, get stuff done that needs to get done. I'm not starving. So meal 5 is, the goal behind meal 5 is to kind of make up for what I didn't do throughout the day in terms of lack of fiber, lack of fat, and yeah, lack of those 2 things, because my pre-workout meal, my post-workout meal, my first meal don't have fiber or fat in it. So meal 5 I use to get my fats in and to get my extra bit of fiber in as well. So I didn't really tell you guys how exactly to set up your macros or anything, but because I think if you're watching this, you should have a good idea. If not, let me know in the comments below, and I can make a video on how to set your macros up. But what I want to do is just kind of like show you guys like what goes through my head when I'm designing my meal plan, and why certain meals are the size they are, or why I put certain foods in certain meals and things like that. So hopefully that helps you guys. If it did, let me know in the comments below. Now on to the next couple meals. Alright guys, so I'm eating meal 4 right now. I forgot to get my camera out to record because I was really hungry. But meal 4 is 375 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, 30 grams of chia seeds, and 30 grams of pistachios. So it's a really low-carb meal. It's kind of like a snack between meal 3 and my last meal, meal 5. I throw it in the freezer for like an hour, so when I eat it, it's like eating frozen yogurt, like ice cream, stuff like that. It's really good. It's probably one of like my favorite meals, even though it's like the smallest and like most bland, because it's literally plain Greek yogurt and cinnamon and stuff. But this is meal 4, and I have one more meal, and I'll catch you guys at that. All right, guys, it is time for meal 5. It's about 8:30 at night. This is my last meal of the day before I head to bed. I got my blue light blockers on because I work a lot on my computer at night, and it's easier on my eyes. That's why I wear these. Anyways, meal 5 is 6 ounces of ground venison, and ground venison is wild game, so whitetail. I actually shot this deer with my bow this hunting season. Really lean meat. And then we have a big bowl of oats, and we have 80 grams of oats flavored with cinnamon and Splenda. And then on top of the ground beef, I do Red's Hot hot sauce, and the macros will be somewhere on the screen. Still haven't figured that out. But yeah, guys, that is a full day of eating. I will add a little segment at the end of this video with the full calories, protein, carbs, fat, all that good stuff. And if you guys made it through this whole video, I appreciate you guys. I really do. To be honest, I'm a little tired right now. So if I sound monotone and boring, it's because I'm ready to go to bed. But anyways, that's going to wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you can do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.